Hello, wonderful people. Welcome to the Honest Academy. My name is Justice. Looking at this video, this is what we're going to be making an hair bonnet used to cover the hair. This is what we're going to be learning. If this is what you like to learn, please kindly stay to the end to get the best part of it. Thank you. Thank you for being here with me always. I appreciate. Let's go in. Welcome to class, soulmates. My name is Justice. In this class, we're going to be making a hair bonnet. Okay, we're going to be making a hair bonnet. This is a satin fabric, and I'm going to be combining it with some pieces of Ankara material. Of course, what you're seeing here is a leftover satin. It's quite going to be different colors, right? I want to do this for myself, but then I want everyone to be carried along on how it's going to be done. A hair bonnet. I just made a new hair and the thing is quite disturbing, so I decided I'm going to make a hair bonnet for it. So here I have this leftover. In case you're going to be buying something new, half yard of satin is okay for you. You don't need up to 1 yard, except you want to use the same satin to turn it. You can buy up to 1 yard, right? So it becomes the same um, color both outside and inside. So I'm going to fold it like this, two first and then another two, this way, this is it, and then this way, like I'm going to be cutting um a 360-degree flay. I'm going to be cutting a circle flay, so I'll place it this way. I'm trying to make sure that I don't have rough edges that will come out. So on this part I'm going to measure 9.5. This is just the end of what I have, 9.5. So I'll measure the 9.5 right round. I'll take it right round. So once I mark it right round, I'm going to cut it out. There's no business cutting this place. It's just this lower part that we're going to cut out. So now this is what we have after the cutout. This might be quite small if you just decide to use it like this. If you're just going to use it like this without any attachments around there, you can increase the size, okay, more than 9.5. The bigger the better, so that it can size any type of hair that you make. Now I've made this double. I'm going to be using these two colors, the same kind of cotton, the same measurements, right? Now after this I'm going to bring in this Ankara. This is what I'll use at the edge like this to run it right round, the two of them. So what it means is that I'm going to be folding it over this way. So this part to one side here, so the other part to another side. Now the length of this is the size of this circle. The length of this is the size of the circle. So what I will do is to start from one edge of one, right side to right side, and sew it right round. Then pick the other one and also attach to this part. So while I'm going to be joining this, I will not start from the edge here. I will leave like half an inch to 1 inch, meaning that when you're cutting this, you need to give extra allowance. So I'll begin from here, leaving this, so that when I get to the end, I can put the two of them together. So I will just sew right round the edge of this circle with this Ankara and come back. So now that I've joined this part, you can see it, I've joined this part this way to this satin. I'm going to pick this one to start from one edge like so, and then join it right round too. You can start from this part, okay? You can loosen it if you think that joining it will be difficult. You can start from here and join it right round. So this is what I've joined. Now I kept an allowance here, an opening, about 1.5 inch opening. This is where I'm going to use to turn this inside out. So I'm just going to turn it gradually until I bring it the right side outside. Remember that this is the wrong side. So I'm going to gradually put my hand gradually and bring the right side outside while the wrong side enters inside. So once I have something like this, I'm going to make sure that this edge here and this edge here are equal. Okay, like they match up where they are sewn or where they are joined. Two of them will have to be equal. Now I'm going to measure half inch from this edge and sew it right round. Nothing is going to enter here. I'll just sew it right round, half an inch. After the half an inch, I'll get my elastic. This is about 1 inch. So I'll measure the size of what is going to accommodate this elastic depending on the size of elastic that you're using. Let's say this is 1 inch. So after the half inch that I'm going to sew, I will come back and sew 1 inch again, which is where I'm going to pass my elastic. So as I'm sewing it, I'll follow this part. I will not stitch everything together. I'm going to stop somewhere around there where I have the opening. I'm not going to pass it entirely. I'm going to stop somewhere around there so that I can from here insert the elastic. Now the elastic is going to be the size of my head, the way I want it to fit on the head. So I'm going to use it to measure the size of the head depending on the size of the head that you're using. So I'll use it to measure the size of the head. I'll maybe tighten it a bit by 1 inch, or if you don't want it to be too tight but then not something that can fall off, you can reduce it by 1 inch. And I'm going to fix it inside, but now I want to sew the half inch and then 1 inch that will accommodate the elastic. So I'm done sewing the half an inch and then below it the 1 inch, right? So what I'm going to do now is to insert the elastic in between the 1 inch. You can see where it is. The half inch is just to give it a design, then in between I have 1 inch. So from where I have the opening, I'm going to insert the elastic. And to insert the elastic, if you have napkin pin, you can use it. If you don't have, use needle and thread. Tie it the way you've seen in the video. Once you stitch it up like this, hold it to the elastic, then this has to be a bigger needle, so you insert the needle from the lower part, not the upper part that is very sharp, so that it doesn't hook somewhere. Okay, so I'm just going to insert it all round. As I'm going, I'll be dragging it and making sure that the elastic is passing as well, okay, in between the 1 inch. So the half inch is just to give it a ruffle design in front. You can make it up to 1 inch thereabouts. It will give it very beautiful effect, but here I used 1 inch, and that is to be done if you have much a size. Okay, so I'm done passing it and the elastic is out. So as you're drawing, make sure that everything is not inside at once. So I'm going to put the two of them together like this and join it. Sew the two together this way. Okay, so I've joined it together and now I'm going to pass everything inside, knowing that it's not going to cause any problem. I'll pass everything inside. So once I'm done passing it inside this way, you can see the way I'm drawing it to pass it inside and make sure it's well relaxed, right? So the next thing to do is to cover this opening, and here I'm going to be using hemming gum to gum it. If you can't use your hand to stitch it, use hemming gum to gum it. Nobody will see how it's going to look exactly. Okay, so this is how to make an hair bonnet. In case you're looking for how to make one, two colors at once looking so beautiful. Thank you for watching. See you.